in the NBA Finals, but a triple-double for Kevin Durant, so it wasn't like he had a bad game, 20 points, and ended up having 12 rebounds and 10 assists. Another game where he filled the whole stat sheet.
Yeah, and we just saw the cumulative stats right there, and it seems that he had a better series. But from the eye test, you would have thought, hey, with the 9 3-pointers and the record that Steph Curry set, that maybe it is. But, you know, when you watch this series, it was one player that did not look like the rest of them for Golden State. And the obvious mismatch for both teams was Kevin Durant. I mean, it just showed, especially in Game 3. And I think, you know, Chuck said that's one of the best performances he's seen in the finals. I know for Grant myself it is too. And, you know, a great performance like that wins it for your team. And we heard Clay say at this very desk that he gave Clay and Steph the night off. And that's the type of things you happen. But that's a great problem to have, right? 2 MVPs, first team with 2 MVPs under 30, and then we're trying to see who could get the MVP for the game. I think the future looks bright for this team.
You know, a lot of people complained we sat before the season last year, right? Well, how could KD – what do you mean you went from Oklahoma City to the team that beat you? You can't do that in the super team. All the stuff we talked about. But do you think he's shut enough people up? I mean, back-to-back championships, back-to-back NBA Final MVPs. I don't know what else he could do to prove that he made the right decision.
Well, he could have won one in Oklahoma City. That would have been a good decision, too. Listen. One of the reasons old heads like myself got mad, when a guy is great, if Michael Jordan had a winning play with the Lakers or the Celtics, they would have been unbeatable. I personally want to beat those guys. So, listen, he had the right to do it. We didn't like it. We're never going to like it, because we knew it was going to ruin the competitive balance.
But don't you give credit because he's been the best player in the 2 finals, going back to what Webb was saying before, G, in our pregame about being that bus driver, or no?
Well, I mean, you got to give him credit. I mean, look, he was a great player before he came to Golden State.
Yes.
I think what's really awesome is, you know, how Golden State has accepted him and allowed him to come into this team that really didn't need him.
Yes.
I mean, truth be told, 2 years ago, up 3-1 after Game 4, Draymond gets suspended. I mean, they very easily and probably should have won that championship in 2016. So now you bring in the best one-on-one player in the world, and it just works. It works. Steph, Clay, Durant, the chemistry, it speaks to the character in that locker room as they celebrate. But that's very uncommon, particularly in this day and age. And I think eventually over time people may forget it, but, hey, it doesn't matter. He's got 2 chips, 2 championship MVPs, and very deserving.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I don't think for myself, I won't forget it. I don't know if a lot of fans will forget it. But if I'm him, I don't care.
Right.
I think Chuck said it earlier.
Right.
I mean, we can have our opinion, and he could do what he wants to do.
Right.
But for me, being down 3-1, I would have loved to come and see him beat this team back, just as an old-school competitor. But who cares what I think if I'm him? If I'm him, I'm not listening to any of us.
Right.
I'm going to do what I want and win. So hopefully for himself, he's not insecure or upset. And hopefully he didn't win anything tonight by proving it, because he's always been a killer on the court. So to me, he's who I thought he was. He's a great player, and he plays on a great team. So hopefully this doesn't, in his mind, make him better, because he doesn't need anybody else's approval.
We showed the board there. Obviously 3 out of 4. It could have been 4 straight, right? If they don't blow that one series. You guys all played against great teams, 4 great teams. It's clearly a dynasty, right? But where does that dynasty rank? Is this one of the great all-time teams because they have too many great players? Does it take away? How do you see this?
Well, they have 3
dynasty?
great players. They have 3 great players. They're all in their prime. They've won, really, let's be realistically. If Draymond's not out there kicking people, this would be a 4-peat, more than likely. You have to be realistic.
Right.
So, and they're all young. We can't judge this thing until it's over, because they were the biggest favorite in the last 25 years coming into the finals. They're going to be in the finals more than likely next year. I mean, we got to see, before we start talking about we got to see how this movie going to end, because who's the oldest of those big 3?
Durant, maybe, I think.
I think it's Kevin, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm saying I don't even know how old Kevin is.
They're not. None of them are old.
I know. That's what's scary. This thing could go on for another 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
For Ty Lue, he's happy this season isn't going on any further. Maybe in one respect, it seems like it's been 5 years, a long year for Ty Lue. They've gone through, 7 chapters of a season. Here he is moments ago after the loss.